everyone. Welcome to the GIS podcast, the Smartcast. My name is Sriya, and I am thrilled to talk to our CBC 12 topper, Diza Sharma, who has scored 92.6% in her boards and has emerged as one of the toppers at GIS Whitefield. As a CBC student who will also be facing my board soon, I have lots of questions for Diza as a topper and hope to get good insights into her methods and be inspired by her commitment. So let's begin by inviting Diza to the show.
Hi, nice to meet you.
First of all, congratulations on your stupendous performance. You have done us proud. You have emerged as one of the toppers at GIS Whitefield in your 12th grade exams. Did you expect such stupendous results?
No, I definitely did not expect these results because the competition this year was really tough. And I think all of us had a very good chance of topping. But I think at the same time, the competition is what made me get these results because once you see other people, doing really well and getting, competing with you, you feel like doing better yourself.
Oh, I can relate. How did you prepare for your finals? What is the secret behind your success?
There isn't any secret actually. The only thing that you need to keep in mind is consistency. There are some people who start like maybe 2 months before the exam and then by heart the entire textbook and write that in the exam, which might work for them. But for me, what worked was studying from the beginning. Like I started with school and I kept up with the classes, whatever they were teaching in school. And I think that was more than enough because we completed the syllabus a good like 4 months before the board. So I had ample time to revise. And practice papers are really helpful because the more you practice, the better you get at it.
I think you agree that slow and steady wins a race.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have found some subjects tougher than the others. Do you agree? And how did you manage to strengthen your weak spots?
I definitely had some weak spots, but I think the first step that would be wrong is to think of it as a tough subject because I think that gives a very negative attitude in your mind towards that subject. But yeah, there were some subjects that required more effort than others, and the only way that I could get better at them was by practicing. I focused more on those subjects than the others, and eventually with time I got better at them. But at first, I definitely had a lot of anxiety. I was like, I'm not getting this.
That's very nice. It is often said that when you are studying for a crucial exam, that some time for recreation is needed to reduce stress levels. Do you agree? And how did you manage to reduce your stress levels?
Yeah, I definitely agree with this statement, but I definitely think that in the starting of the year, I was really serious, so I did not do much. But I think as the year went on, I started to realize that I need to give as much time to my hobbies as I do to studying. So, yeah, you should definitely not sit cooped up at home and just, sit with your textbooks the entire day. That's really boring. Just, go out and do all of your hobbies and please don't stop, like, doing your physical exercise and all that because I think that plays a much greater part in at the end of the day for the exams because if you're fit physically, you're able to do better mentally.
Yes, so your health matters as first.
Yeah.
Teachers are our greatest motivation in these crucial years. Do you agree?
All right. I definitely agree with this statement. And I think this year I found myself very lucky to find a teacher and a mentor. My class teacher, Miss Sina, who taught us economics. I think she was the best teacher I've had till now. She gave us support throughout with the subject. And I think she was more of a friend as well. Like you could always approach her and talk to her about anything. Literally anything from the newspaper to onion prices in the market. I think she's been the most supportive teacher that I've had till now. And I definitely wouldn't be here without her.
So, what role did your parents play in your success?
Yes, I definitely agree with this statement. My parents have played a very big role this year, and I think the best way that they've helped me is by letting me define my own relationship with learning. Everyone's relationship with learning is different. Some people like to learn consistently, other people don't, and it's at the end of the day, it's upon you. And I think my parents never nagged me; they never told me, you should study now, you should do this or that. And at the end of the day, I was just able to define how I want to learn, what I want to learn, and wherever, which was really helpful.
So, parents play a very important role in studying. So, what are your future plans?
Okay, so for the future, I have decided to pursue an undergraduate degree in economics, and that is what I'm planning to go ahead with right now.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Diza, for sharing your journey and your experience with us. It was very nice talking to you. I am sure that many students are inspired by your words.
Thank you so much.
Thanks to all our listeners for tuning in. This is Shriya, the host, signing off. If you like this episode or have any comments or feedback, please reach out to us on soundcloud.com. Do follow us for more such interesting and inspiring podcasts. Thank you, everyone.